So itu dia investigation. Tadi saya nak cakap macam ni. Kalau you punya first paper, first information report, the most important is, alright, to give a clue. Is the detection part. Ingat tak? Inquiries, collecting of the document, then you ada detection. All this semua part of your investigation of in-house. Yeah? Alright, so detection. Detection ni very important to say, because you have look into this account, you have identified the owner of the account, and then it shows that on this time limit, whatever, it goes into this account and the law says he cannot transfer into that account. That is called detection. Alright, detection tu you kena buat issue satu-satu. Show that you have detected the connection that leads to the crime, so that you'll be able to propose the crime as theft, for example. Detection in you deciphering the facts, very important. Police would love to see if the report have how you detect. Surat nombor 1, nombor 2, nombor 3, nombor 4 shows no sign of changes in the amount. Tapi surat nombor 5 shows. Kenapa? Salah type ke? You dah interview the kerani, tak salah type. Okay, so that is what I mean in your report, this part called detection. Alright, okay. Nanti bila polis tengok, they will love that you know how to run and you assist them. So if they wanted to take further from the detection, because you were the one who understand how to read the document, right? They probably don't. Jadi they rely on that, they can straight further, and at the end of the day, it can be tendered out as evidence. Exciting to be in this company called Forensic Accounting Investigation. Kan? Alright, sebab tu saya kata in Malaysia tak ada. Alright, okay, there is no independent. So kalau panjang umur, buatlah satu a company of that. Alright, memang very difficult to find a job, but once you get it, you get to work with the police, you get a connection with the company, you get a connection with the registrar, registrar Suruhanjaya, apa benda tu, perniagaan, whatever that thing is. Alright, so you get everything in smooth. Nowadays, tak payah gerak pun, kan? Everything now is in a computer that you can pay fees for here and there, and you are become a member and you can detect. Alright? Okay? So any questions? Tak ada? Habis dah kita dengan your investigation, your preferences during the investigation. So kalau you tidak, and if you like, you can look into document number 1. Document number 1. Document number 1 is just the background for you to understand forensic, the importance of it. Sekejap. Saya tutup ni. Dokumen nombor 3, sample interview. Sample interview. You got it? Everyone? Ada? Dah buka dah?
Yes, ada.
Yeah, thank you. Right, let's look into that sample of interview sekejap. Ini just sample saja, saya letak 10. Alright, it can grow bigger. Alright, okay. So nombor 1 sekali, describe the process of locating the financial information which is showing the abnormality from the normal routine. Kat sini, sama ada bos bawa you sekeping ini, or bos bawa kertas kertas komplain daripada klien about the abnormality. Ataupun something fishy, something not right, something not tally. Sometimes, ni nak kata, sometimes in a business that goes into for 30 years, everything went fine. But the day you are selling your business, bila you have to tender in, the auditor will come in to do the closing so that your company can sell it to company B, suddenly discrepancies in the account comes out. Can you see 30 years you in that account? You never see anything, right? Tapi on the last year and the last month that it is being sold and everybody is going to be rewarded, suddenly they realize that there is discrepancies, abnormalities. Okay, so jadi bila that happen, barulah start a ball rolling. If auditor is around, auditor will have a bigger power. All right, but sometimes auditor give a chance for the company to solve and prove or caught. Jadi dia akan kata suspension, kan auditor can do that, kan? All right, later on, okay, they come back for another year to clean up whatever, to complete whatever the auditing period. Barulah he will take further action. Sebab dia tak nak spoilkan nama baik the company because you want to sell it. So that you, right, it's okay to, but because if the other company tahu that you are having these big problems, all right, then the sale of the company will not go through. So the implication, it's only discovered later ni sakit jiwa that your value of your company suddenly drop. So usually the auditor will advise not to sell the company but to clear the situation that of abnormality. Yeah. Okay, that's the first thing. Locating. So kalau dalam surat tu kata Cik Minah ni komplain duit dia tak ada. So that is the location. Go into the account, see what is going on. Right? Okay, who have the authority, or she have forgotten that she is the one have taken. It may be a small matter, it may be a big matter. Tapi go back to the location. Location bukan maksud address. Alright. Okay, number 2, what are your preparation to prepare the evidence in court as a witness? You must take that as your priority. Manalah tahu you are to be called as an expert witness, right, in preparing that. Jadi, so when you know you are going to court, every each step that you do, you will be very careful, because if you don't know what you are doing, you are going to be a laughing stock by the other party. All right. What must be established on the fact of the crime in court? Right. What must be established on the crime? The crime itself has to be identified. Is it theft? Is it CBT, CMA? Right? And then what must be established of the facts? All right? Bukan of law. Facts. Facts tu apa? Perbuatan kita hari. Makcik kata dalam akaun dia tak ada duit. What is the facts? The fact is, buka aja buku, kalau tak ada buku, ambil je kertas dia punya print out yang last, kat bawah duitnya RM2. Alright? Because a month ago, she had 200,000, but today she had only $2 saja. Alright? So the facts. Okay? The law dia dekat sectionnya. The theft tu is the law-nya. Tapi the facts tu is the actual perjalanan. Tapi the facts tu lah yang akan jadi bukti pada the law. What would be it? The facts that you are going to bring to court, that's going to be so mandatory. Tu, kertas receipt yang kata RM2 tu. On the day that she checked her. That will be the most expensive, alright, document to start the investigation on your in-house investigation. What skill did you bring to the court in explaining the evidence? What skill? That you are a graduate from forensic, all right, that you know how to find element in theft and so on. Skill, all right, that you have gone into the training. That's why do you need to do that? Because you need to submit your CV, so the court will then look into this, the court will say, okay, you, Rohani, you will be allowed to be the expert witness. It's not anybody who choose and not yourself. It's the court that choose. But the court will only choose looking into the background. All right? Okay? Of what skill would you have? Right. Next one, how do you conduct an inquiry related to the investigation of a company, a partnership or sole proprietor? Do you need permission to run the inquiry? You kena tahu your position. Who is your boss? Who do you want to inquire? If you want to interview the chairman, You can ask the Director General for the permission to interview the chairman of the board, right? If you want to meet the shareholders, who will give you permission to do that? All right, okay. What is your finding from the report of forensic investigation? Finding. What do you find? I found that it is true she have lost the money from 200,000 reduced to 2,000. Right. Okay. You found that the account is correct. She has not made a mistake. She has not had any dealings for the last 1 month, but the last 1 month there was a date indicate that money was taken out. 198,000 were taken out. Right. That left her with only $2. Right. So your finding from the report of your investigation. Right. Or is there an offense that you suspected? So you will say that you suspect there is theft done by one of the people in-house. Why? Because of certain things that it shows. Right. Okay. What act is related to the crime? Now, is it under the penal code or under the computer crime? Right. Does the criminal act meet the element under the appropriate section? So now you got to know the element, all right, under the appropriate section. So you got to know the section correctly. All right. Okay. What is the correct section to charge the offense or the crime that you recommended to your superior or supervisor? All right. What is your expectation of the punishment? All right. Is this a repeating offense? Have that fellow been committing the same mistake and being, found guilty when he was working 20 years ago somewhere? Background of the, before you then look into the recommended punishment. Should you recommend it lesser? All right, that he had a wife who is cancerous and they don't have insurance, or not a Malaysian, so he had to cheat to find the money and use it. Should that make it justified for him to commit the CBT? Give an example of successful financial report you prepare as a forensic accountant to show that you are qualified as forensic accountant. Right? Okay. So if you have done this before, you show to them that you know. So why do you do all this? Because you want to be selected as an expert witness in order to pinpoint the crime. All right. Okay. Boleh? Any question here before we go into the evidence? All right.
Okay.
Yeah, Efwa. Right. That's what my father said to me long ago. All right. My father said, if I preach, I must preach the right one. Otherwise, I will become a revolutionist. All right, thank you. All right, motivator, yeah, okay. Right, okay. Let's look into, okay, now, saya kecilkan ni dekat sini.